What does it mean for ordinary Americans to experience another trade war?
So when we look at the last trade war, the Treasury Department did a very good analysis and estimated that the average American family pays $1,300 more per year as a result of the tariffs put into place by the Trump administration. Now, $1,300 per year, is that a lot or is that a little? And I guess it depends on who you are. For many Americans, that's a lot of money. An additional $1,100 a month is a lot. So I think that the trade war has impacted American consumers. The average American family is paying more for backpacks and bicycles and clothing and other daily use necessities. I would say, though, that also the average American family is related to, even if indirectly, to the rest of the economy, which has been negatively affected by the trade war. And when we look at the overall macroeconomic rather than individual family factors, it becomes complicated because of COVID. I would say that overall American employment with regard to exports to China has declined for the last 3 years. About 3 years ago, we estimated that about 1.2 million Americans were employed in exports to China. Now, travel and education are exports. So when a Chinese family visits Disney World or New York, or that's an American export. And because of COVID, travel and tourism has fallen off 90%. And travel and tourism is a very big employer everywhere around the world, but especially in America. And it's especially a big employer for lower middle income people, drivers of buses, people who work in the hotel industry, people who work in retail, people who work in restaurants. They are the major component of labor in the travel industry. And because of the decline in travel, 90% fewer Chinese are traveling to the U.S. than 2017 or 2018. Therefore, employment has really gone down. So there is a lot of worry in the U.S. about employment, about the engines of growth. And I think that most macroeconomists will note that that we need to get all of the engines of growth running. And one of the engines of growth globally, but also in the US economy and even to the average American family, I would say, is China. China has produced 30% of global growth for the last 15, 20 years. And so if the Chinese economy slows down, if due to the zero COVID policy, there is significantly slower growth in China, that will have global implications, particularly for major exporters of commodities, but other items to China as well, including the export of tourism and travel services or educational services or other services, which are such large employers. So I think every American family has paid on average $1,300 more for annually as a result of the tariffs. But I think that the overall macroeconomic slowdown has also affected the average American family as well. So let us hope that we could stabilize here bring down inflation without inducing a recession, and get back to a more normal and balanced trade relationship with China as quickly as possible. And that would include in the financial industry, in the tourism industry, in the foreign direct investment sector, as well as in the trade industry. All of those are important engines of growth, and we need to harness the growth, economic growth, from every engine we can find.